All right. What's up, everybody? We are here with a Home Story Cup special. That's right. The qualifiers have been going on, and oh my god, we just saw a lava get cancelled because he's 12 pulling. It's the cheesy Ukrainian master himself, BLY. And he is, of course, representing his team here, the Game Guild. I don't know how to say it. Tuzanye? I'm going to butcher that either way. He's up against Shadown from Berserker Esports, a very aggressive Protoss player who I was actually just talking to my Twitch chat about him earlier, saying, I remember this guy back in 2014, 8 years ago on the ladder, just doing proxy zealot cannon rushes to everybody, like super all-in builds all the time. And I love it because he's actually been like 6.7k, 6.8k maybe on the EU ladder, like top 10 on the EU ladder very consistently recently, super high right now. And he's up against BLY, who's of course being a very cheesy boy, even sending a drone across the map to potentially build a hatchery. Ooh. Okay, so Shadown needs to build a second pylon right now. Wait, he thinks he's just taking a third. Shadown, you're playing BLY, dude. Wake up. Oh my god, he's going to put a Nexus down. BLY, oh my god, Shadown, what are you doing, dude? Shadown, hello. Oh my god, he literally saw the drone leave, so he's like, oh, it must be a normal build. Okay, hello. Wake up, Shadown! Wake up! Second pylon right now, dude! Oh my god, he still hasn't started the second pylon. He's so screwed. He's in big doo-doo, guys. Second pylon now, you need it. You're gonna be supply blocked. Okay, there we go. Pylon goes down. He sees the Zerglings coming across the map. He's gonna have to build this super awkward wall off. Wait, that Zealot should pop out here so we can walk it to the inside. Yeah, okay, so he's queuing the Zealot on the inside. Otherwise, it'll get trapped on the outside. He's building a Zealot, but he can't queue a second one because he's supply blocked right now. He's trying to build it. Does he have enough for another chrono? No, he does not. Zealot needs to be very careful. It's in a diagonal. If that cancels, those Lings could try to run in. That gateway on the top, very exposed to going down right now. Shadown's still probing and building a second gas. Oh, there is a hatchery and droning coming in behind this, but I think Shadown might be being too greedy, but builds another gateway here. That Zealot is not going to pop in time. That supply block means he doesn't get the second Zealot out in time. Uh-oh. Ooh-wee. Okay. Do we cancel this hatchery right now? I feel like maybe you cancel the hatchery, but the cyber... that's going to finish up. He's like, hey, the Zealots can't deal with this. I can just tear down the cyber core, tear down the gateway. There's no way Warp Gate's going to finish here. Battery's coming up. Is BLY just going to kill him with this? BLY already is droning and building queens behind this, but he's actually going to be doing so much damage. He's decided to start building Zerglings on the inside of the wall now. Oh my god, this is amazing. The Lings are going in. The battery's out of juice. The Adept, she's going to kill a lot of these Zerglings, but not before the batteries are going down. The gateway's taking damage. This pylon, if that goes down, you're in big trouble. Notice the battery trying to heal before it does go down. It uses its energy at least. The Adept is out. Another Stalker is on the way. But of course, the Cyber Core, the Robo all try to be built. This second and third layer of wall. Droning behind us. Lings are popping out the front here. Oh my god, this is so nasty. The Queen's going to pop out. Okay, so the Queen's gonna pop out here. If she gets a tumor down... No, she injects the hatchery! BLY, you savage! He injects the hatchery to get more lava popping on the front. What an absolute psychopath. He's gonna straight up kill Shadown. Shadown was thinking about the transition. BLY was too, and then BLY was like, wait a second, you are disrespecting this push so badly that I'm just gonna commit to it. He's gonna try and focus the Robo down before the Immortal gets out. That is nasty, man. That Immortal ain't gonna pop. There's no way. Shadown... Oh, always check. You see what he did, guys? So because he thought, this is what he thought. So when that drone moved out, he thought that BLY was going to come back in and build the hatchery. So he stayed here rather than going in to check if there was a 12 pull. If he just went in and checked, he would have known. And he would have had gateway already down, second pylon, cybercore already down. But not knowing till the hatchery goes down, this is a total disaster. Nice game one for BLY. Well... a good choice to not 12 pull here in game 2 after game 1 and the way it went. We've got BLY in the top left, Shadown in the bottom right. It's going to go for an early scout. And guys, I have an inkling that he's going to check inside this time around. Oh, he's too late to block though. BLY easily gets the hatchery down. Oh, that's a bad probe scout timing. If you're going to scout, you might as well get here a few seconds earlier and actually block that. Big mistake for Shadown. BLY going to be very happy with this build order, and I think just overall psychologically a great start to the series for BLY. But Shadown, he's gonna be able to fight back now. He does just do a bit of the mineral harass. He's trying to mess up the mining, of course, and not really achieving anything just yet. There we go. trying to, of course, bounce these drones around. BLY, not really the most mechanical player, so I can't imagine he handles this very well since I've seen top Korean pros mess up the defense against this, but actually, no, he's handling it really well. BLY's a guy, I feel like when he's playing, a good 50% of his brain and attention is always thinking about the 300 IQ unexpected solution to the problem, whereas a lot of players are just focusing on the basics and trying to execute as well as they can, right? A lot of players want to just do the optimal build, outplay the opponent. I had BLY on my podcast a couple of years ago, and he said, dude, I want to play the chess game. He said, look, I've tried practicing and just copying what Cyril does. It doesn't work for me, man. He's like, look, I get it. Maybe I could grind for thousands of hours and just focus on those details, but like, he's like, that's just not what I enjoy in StarCraft. He said, I like the chess game. I like the counter game. I like the mind games. That's just what I enjoy. That's what StarCraft is. That's what sparks joy for me, dude. And I was like, heck yeah. That's why your games are so much fun to watch, BLY. I was like, no worries, dude. Probe trying to think about pulling back. It is going to be a Stargate Adept. Warp Gate is a bit delayed there. Tooling's going to clear this guy up. Now, I actually think this third's way easier to defend from Glaive Adepts, but if you're up against Stargate, the front third's probably better because you can launch an assault from there a bit quicker. And Lings will push that back. Adept is here, but actually pops out on the wrong side of the wall. Means he will be able to get a scout off on the Stargate, I think. Yes, he will. He's not going to see what pops out of the Stargate, though. Oh, maybe. But let's see. If he can waste a bit more time. A bit of a misclick. I think he clicked there, and the Ling bugged out. These Lings will eventually get this probe. Shadown, very worried about getting Ling flooded. That's why he's checking back here. BLY hitting a bit of a nasty supply block on 36. He was a little slow to start that Overlord. Needs those drones to start. Yesterday, he's got 6 lava sitting there. There we go. I mean, if there's one thing you can always count on, it's that BLY's droning is not going to be that smooth. He's just almost always behind in the workers in this matchup significantly. It's kind of standard, but it's just not an attention point for him, right? Tightening the builds? Heck no. Surprising his opponent with mutas and destroying them? Heck yes. He's one of the best air players out there. Oh, I like this Overlord, the Stalker bugging out there. And the Oracle gets there and he's like, wait, where'd it go? What? Shadown's like, what? The slowest getaway of all time. Does he do it? Does he get out? Oh, the Stalker and the Oracle coming forward. They're going to try and hit that Overlord. Oh, no. Oh, it does get blasted. Tooling's going to come forward there. We've got Twilight Council, 2 more gateways on the way. So that's 4 gate Twilight Council. Guys, he's going to be going single Oracle into Glaives. This is all the rage on the EU ladder lately. Geralt doing it every single game in all the online tournaments I've been hosting. But uh-oh, only 1 Oracle and a lot of Zerglings coming across. It's only 12, actually. It looked like a few more. There's something about that stream of fast-moving Zerglings. But the Oracle, look at this. He waits until the Oracle appears on his side of the map. And now, as he sees it, BLY will go in. Perfect timing. And the 3 Adepts just shaded out as well. If he clicks on that, that's a cancel. But the Adepts could do damage to him. He goes after the probe as well. Oh, talk about greedy from BLY. He's like, I don't just want the cancel. I also want to kill that and get a scout off. Oh my god, it's gonna pay off big. But he was so supply blocked behind it that he wasn't building any Zerglings. So the Adepts are going to do a lot of damage. This is what I'm talking about with BLY, guys. Oh my god. He's got this like next level play going on. But then he was massively supply blocked. He's building 13 drones. But he just scouted Glaive Adepts. He just scouted a 4-gate Glaive Adept follow-up. He needs to be doing nothing but making roaches right now. He hasn't even started a roach warren. BLY! BLY, get back on point. You can't just beat this with Zergling Queen. I mean, you kind of can, but it's an awkward response. Where is the Roach Warren? Baneling Nest even would work. Finally, he's going for a Roach Warren. I think, honestly, he's got like a really good cancel on the third. It's a great start to this. But he's going to need so many units to defend. Good handling there from BLY. Glaive Adepts are coming forward. There's only 6 Zerglings out, and that's a lot of Glaive Adepts. 10 Adepts going to be coming on in. Queens can do okay against the first few, but he doesn't have much Transfuse saved up. He's only got 1. Transfuse does go down. Takes out one of the Adepts. Good micro on the Queens. The Adepts do lose 2 of them. They managed to take out a Queen already. 34 Zerglings in production. Not great. If he just keeps making Adepts in a big ball, they're going to do very well versus the Zerglings. But equal worker counts are not too bad for BLY. It's just being stuck on mass Ling, not units that'll scale well, especially if an Oracle joins in the fight. And this is going to be really interesting to see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Adepts are going to try and take out the... just trimming this creep a little bit. Shadown, not a big fan of having that mess there. Uh-oh. Oracle will help out. That's a good surround, though. The Oracle should be focusing the Oracle. The Queen, sorry, should have focused the Oracle, but they didn't. Nice Evo block to buy himself a second. The Adepts just focused their way through it, though. Already wasting the mining time here. The Lings and the Roaches trying to get up there and handle that shade. They're not quite on top of it. They will get in there. I think the drones might have to fight this one. They're going to try and pull out. Drones going back to mine on the natural. Roaches getting overwhelmed. Oh, man. There's a 4th base on the way behind this as well. What? He's taking a 4th base while doing this? How is that the priority? What the hell, Shadown? He doesn't even have a forge. He's just going to play 4-base mass blink or 4-gate? Guys, he's literally building as many bases as he has gateways. What the heck? I mean, he's looking for a huge economic lead against one of the cheesiest Zergs in the world. If that ain't pushing a greed, then I don't know what is. He's building another... He's gone back to Oracle production, so he's trying to play that hero style of just mass, like, Stalkers and Oracles, using their lasers. And I mean, Ravagers can't really attack very well, neither can Zerglings. Roaches can tank a bit against the Oracles. They don't have that much energy up. You want to save that Oracle energy as long as you can before turning it on. You want to wait for them to commit. Blink is not ready. Roach speed is. Blink is not ready. Roach speed is. Battery can go down with the overcharge. Oh, good healing on that so far. The Lings actually breached the wall, but they didn't actually take advantage of it. The Oracle's doing good damage. Lings are in the natural. And has he been too greedy? The Lings are going to cause at least a little bit of damage here. He's going to lose a few of those. 3 probes only. Not bad. Good surround there. 10 Roaches on the way. BLY's on equal workers, taking a 4th base. But we've got +1 and Blink on the way. And of course, Stalkers a fair bit better than just Roaches with Roach speed. As long as you don't overcommit on creep, and you've got the Oracles to cover you from the counterattack. It does feel like Shadown's built a very nice advantage. Remember, he killed 4 drones. Doesn't sound like a lot, but he wasted so much mining time and kept him on a low worker count while building an economic advantage. As these Oracles come in, he's just like, yeah, okay, no worries. Just tag there. Keep the Oracles gathering energy. He hasn't really been using stasis traps at all. He's got 2 Adepts there, 2 Adepts there. Oh, that's a really nice move. If you can just slide some Adepts in the mineral lines, that'll be massive. We've got batteries and cannons building at some of these bases. Stalker's building up. The Forge is adding upgrades, and he's finally going to go up to 8 gateways. Is Shadown here off 75 probes? He's like, yeah, I guess I should get 2-base production. I love it. I love it, man. Hi, you know what? I want that economy lead, dude. That's how I'm going to play this. Those 2 Adepts do get surrounded. We've got more Lings down here, but it looks like those Adepts will get out of there. Not going to get spotted. Stalker's going to move forward in the middle of the map. We've got another Ling run by, trying to get ready. Stalker's there. Got to be careful of the Biles. I like how active BLY is with his Zerglings, but he's going to see this 4th base. He's going to feel his heart sink when he notices that. He did not realize there was a 4th base here. Walling off there. Battery is there, blocking all of his run-bys. There's no critical damage coming in right now. Stalkers aren't really defending those Lings. Oh. He battery overcharges at the front. The Oracles are going to come in and turn on their laser beams. Great focus on the pylon. He takes down the power pylon overcharge. Stalker and the natural walls dying to the Zerglings as well. The Oracle lasers are absolutely tearing it up right now. The Lings got F2'd over here, or at least they got chased. A probe, I think. Adepts go in. They have not really done any damage just yet. The Queens are going to block that. BLY kills 15 workers there, all on this mineral line with those Zerglings during that fight. He didn't get in the natural, but there was a cannon there. No cannon in the main. If he got some Lings in the main, it could have been critical damage. As it is, he's still down a handful of workers, but he's got +1 range on the way. He's got more and more Roaches building up. Stalker Oracle count looking very scary right now. Only 5 Queens out for BLY. He's not using that 4th base either. He needs to transfer out of his main. That's been oversaturated for the last 2 minutes of this game. And there we go. Or maybe 1 minute, sorry. About 8:45 is usually when that mine's out. Stalkers still gathering up at the front. The double forge, the charge transition on the way as well. Roaches coming in. The Stalkers definitely can deal with that. Roaches are going to be on a one-way trip. What damage can they find? Yes, the cannon goes down, but they only get 2 probes. Not getting much else there. He's trying to pull back behind the mineral line to distract these Roaches. Going to try and do the damage, trying to take down those pylons. Oh no, these Roaches not going to take out too many Stalkers. They just get blinked on top of. I think Shadown's got it. The Oracle lasers may be running dry, but he's got Zealot Stalker warping in. These Stalkers probably just going to blink on top at this point. And I think he's got too many numbers. BLY just outnumbered, the master of tactics, but so often in this matchup. BLY finds himself down on the economy and outnumbered by the Protoss players who just have superior macro. If he can't pull off one of those tricks, you can see him floating a lot of meat resources right now. Hasn't been hitting those lava injects because those Queens need to keep getting pulled to defend the Oracles. The Lings do run in, but they don't find the big damage that he's looking for. The Zealots warping in. Nice defense by Shadown. BLY, he really needs to find some damage on the economy because the upgrades are outstripping him. 2-1 upgrades on the way. 6 Swarmos for BLY. Oh, shit. Swarmos could totally be his card back into this game. Oracles will kill them pretty quickly. The Locusts, so will Zealots, but Stalkers, even though they're mobile, they don't kill them that well. And he's got enough gas for tons of Ravages as well. Ooh, he's going to do a little Roach run by on the bottom. New cannon is building, and there's a few Zealots, so that shouldn't really achieve anything. Stalker Oracle clearing up the middle. 13 Swarm hosts in the way. I mean, it's so high risk, but if there's something that could get crazy value, it's definitely the Swarm host, right? If you catch him unawares with a few waves, 3 probes go down. Hopefully he can get a few more. Nice micro by BLY. He gets 6 probes for those 4 Roaches. About as good as he could have hoped for with those units being in position. Swarmos starting to come out. The Hellmuffins ready to throw their children into battle. Literally willing to pay the ultimate price for the cause, for the Swarm. But he can't get them caught. Watch out, the Oracles. If the Oracles see them, this is so bad. Oh, Shadown's going to laser him. Oh, no. He loses 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 3 or 4 Swarmos do go down. Queens come forward here. The Oracles could even take the Queens out at this point. The Locusts going in. And a recall. The Massling Roach sieging through the natural. Nice recall, but there's Lings in the main. He's going to take out the Cybercore, so only Zealots can get built. The Locusts don't do that much, but he's got Lings breaching the mineral line there as well. The Oracles are not that high on juice right now, but the Ravages are so exposed. Oh no! BLY, get those Ravages out of there, son. The Lings depowering some stuff, but not really finding the surface area. We've got Lings trying to overwhelm the cannon in the natural. If they can do that, maybe they can find some probe damage. Only 10 workers went down. The Zealots defended the main. The natural does start to lose some probes. BLY making this game messy, turning it into a bit of a scrap fest. The Queens and Ravages quickly trying to evacuate. Get out of there. Run, run, run. They need more Roaches to defend this counter onslaught. The Swarm host throwing in on the natural. He's trying to just defend. This becomes almost an all-in situation for Shadown because those Locusts are doing critical damage. They aren't focusing on the Nexus. There we go. Good focus fire for BLY. He should get that just before they expire, and indeed he does. Gets a few probes there as well. The Roach Ravager Queen trying to hang on. The Oracles are mostly out of juice, but look at that. Biles trying to punish him for blinking forward like that. The Oracles very low on juice. If they had energy, I think this would be game over. As it is, though, he's able to fight back. The +1 Roach Ravager up against the 2-1 Blink Stalker Zealot. BLY hanging on for dear life. His Swarmos are still alive. He's still got 9 Swarmos in the top of the map. His Biles aren't really landing on much, though. The Oracles turning on their laser beams. The Oracles are doing so much damage. He dodges the Biles. They land on the Roaches. The drones need to get pulled to fight here. BLY, he cannot afford to lose these Ravagers, or Shadown will take him out. He's trying to hang on with the units popping, but his drones not pulled into the fight. Locusts coming from the top right. They're going to come in on that right side of this base. Roaches trying to defend. This game turned into an absolute shit show. 13 drones there. He's got a just bare little bit of mining. So little right now. Does Mr. BLY. Takes out a few of these Zealots. Nice Locust micro. Gets some decent damage there. You can see their damage output is just wild. But I think there's just enough Stalker Zealot Oracle. Shadown here, despite it getting a little bit messy, the Swarmos comeback almost brings it back. But this one turned into a real poop shoot. Not the clean win that Shadown was looking for after getting cheesed out in game 1. The Swarm host ready for another run by. Nexus rebuilds. Nexus will be saying goodbye. Of course, it's one of his only ways of counter swinging right now. BLY's going to lose that top base. He's going to clean up the Zealots on the bottom, though. Nice clean up on those. Remember, it's 2-2 versus just +2 attacks. So double upgrade advantage right now for Shadown. Oh, Locust's going to go after this one. He will have to click the battery overcharge down and then go for the Nexus, but should still easily take that out. Few Locusts in the natural. Get a few of those probes. Nexus does fall, as well as 4 probes. Make it 6 probes. Very well played there by BLY. Still getting damage done behind it. And if he can ever just spend his money, 15 lava, build Roaches, bro. If he can use this lava, he's got to go manually select those. They're not selectable by control groups anymore. The Oracles come in and grab a few Ravages. The one Spore struggling to keep those Oracles back. There's almost no mobile anti-air. The Oracles, an ever-present problem. Nexus building there and there right now, trying to get back to 4 bases. I feel like for Shadown, he almost should just drop a 5th over here. Hatchery building, still building drones. BLY's got to use this lava. Oh no! Ah! Floor is lava. But for those lava, you know what I'm saying? The floor is lava for the lava. I am very aware of the fact that nobody giggled at that except for me. I'm sorry, guys. It was for my own entertainment. I can feel you cringing through the internet, and it gives me fuel. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I get joy from making other people uncomfortable and experiencing pain. I don't know if there's a word for that. You guys can let me know. It's not sadistic? Is that sadistic? I don't know. I always get those words confused. which one's for you feeling pain, which one's for me feeling pain and enjoying it. The Oracle lasers actually don't kill that many Ravagers. Guys, if he can actually hunt down a few of these Archons, this could be massive. But look, the blink forward. Oh, this always happens when you chase too far with Ravagers, man. Yeah, then they just blink over the Biles and you lose a whole lot of Ravagers. Run! No, the Swarm Host. They've given such value this game, but a few more of them go down. There's only 5 left. No more Nexus snipes for you. Very hard for 5 Swarm Hosts to snipe a Nexus. That's a big problem. BLY right now, back up on 53 workers. He can absolutely get back in this game, potentially. The problem is, as always, the 7 Oracles and the Void Reverse. I guess he's got 7 Queens now, so he can overwhelm them. Obviously, 2-2 upgrades with the Stalkers as well. A 5th base going up for Shadown over there as well. The Swarm Host squad is going to be coming in. 1 Swarm Host is going to do some very decent economic damage. You can see there, but the Zealots do catch the Swarm Host, which means they have to use the Locust to defend. And gets 3 probes, pushes the Zealots back, but the Zealots have done their job. Trade 1 or 2 Zealots. And meanwhile, the Oracle's keeping the army back. Watch out, watch out. Oh no! Oh no! BLY! He's found them! He's found them! Oh no! The reign of the Swarm Host is over. Oh, Jaime Lannister's Stalkers just stabbed the mad Swarm Host in the back. And, damn, man. Oh, speaking of stabbing in the back, BLY says, get a taste of your own medicine, dickhead. Roaches running on in, start to vomit down on 8 of those probes. Oh, the Disruptor. Spready, spready, spready. Oh, still a good Disruptor shot. Got 5 of those units. Roaches still trading very well, though. You know, just catching a Protoss unawares. If he could take down the Disruptor, that's going to be great. Very well done for BLY, and he's also aware of the Disruptors before they've killed his whole army, which is always nice. Biles spreading across this army, picks off a Zealot or 2. Oh, just fight. Does he just fight? The Oracles! Uh-oh. The Oracle's always a problem. The Queen's trying to come in and help the defense there, but you can see just how much of an issue. Oh, he gets one of the Oracles with the Biles. You can see how much of an issue those Oracles still are causing. There's still 4 Oracles, 1 Void Ray left in this game, 52 drones versus 49 probes. I think it's actually time to rebuild the Swarm Host. As silly as that sounds, I mean, it's mostly Zealot Archon, and Roach Ravager kills that. Oh, he kills 1, 2, 3. 3 Oracles. Oh my god, 3 Oracles. Great snipes there. Watch out for this Zealot run by undefended base in the north. Finally, we're seeing Shadown say, hey, I've got to use those run-bys, that mobility. Tunneling Claws is on the way. BLY, the one guy who thinks to go Tunneling Claws in this situation. It's him and Dark. Him and Dark are the guys who are like, hey, this game's really messy. How do I get back in it? Tunneling Claws. And I'm like, hey, it's actually not a bad idea. You're really heavy on Roaches. You're kind of stuck on this tech. You need something. And oh no, he's getting pushed in right now. So many drones. I told you this Zealot run-by could be big. And indeed it could. He's got his own Roach run-by on the bottom though. Maybe he can answer the run-by damage with his own run-by. Roach is running in. The units are not far away, though. He's going to split up, which I think is the best way to do this. Shadown's reacting pretty quickly. Oh, no. Send those Roaches past. Send the past. Try to lure him away. These Roaches need to kill a lot of workers to make this worth a while. Gets about 13 probes there. These guys keep focus firing. That would be good. Oh, it looks like they're all going to go down now. Yeah, Void Ray cleans it up. 14 probes, but it's a lot of Roaches falling. Is it worth it? I'm never quite sure in that scenario. The Zealots will try to take down these Roaches. And we've got a lot of Roaches over there. Tunneling Claws ready. No cannon. No cannon. No cannon. No cannon. Oh my god, guys, he has 1 Observer with his army. 1 Observer and no cannons in any of his bases. Tunneling Claws is done. And it's shark time, bitches! Oh my god! Guys, BLY was so dead in this game, like 10, 12 minutes ago. And then he made the Swarm Host. They got it back in the game. Now he's using the Tunneling Claw Roaches. This would be the last thing on my mind. But such a smart play from BLY. There's no defense for it. He actually could even get in those bases on the front. The problem is, can he defend? Oh no, the Ravagers get caught out. Good blink forward. A few Ravagers do go down. Roaches are in the base though. He's going to quickly snap recall a lot of the army there. I'd love to see those Roaches burrow and try to get out of there, but they do just go down. Roaches are in the main. The Roaches in the third. Oh, he's not burrowing them. Oh no, BLY! BLY, he tries to burrow some of these Roaches, but oh, it's getting cleaned up. His attack on the front's looking good. A Zealot run-by though could do some huge damage behind it. Roaches do pop up here. Balls! Oh my god, the ball to end all balls there from Shadown. Shadown just absolutely owns! Oh my god, another Disruptor came out. I mean, Big Biles did land, but this Void Ray is being an absolute bag of dicks as well. Constantly just slapping BLY in the face as he tries to work his way back in this game. Every time I think he's almost back in the game, but he lands some Big Biles again. But Shadown is on the warpath, and I think he has too much supply right now. Oh my god, these roaches have killed so much. He's down to 38 probes, but BLY, he's out of money right now. Those roaches are going to keep tunneling, clawing around, finding their way into the economy. Can he stop this army, though, especially with that big ball just staring him in the face? Good spready, beautiful spready. Completely avoids the nut of Shadown there, but is avoiding one nut enough when the Stalker Archon alone is such a scary force? Yes, he's burrowing roaches in the bases. Yes, he's picking off probes. He's multitasking his heart out. BLY fighting as frantically as he can, transfusing Ravages. He'll give up this base, but he's still got one base mining with a few mineral patches, just a couple mineral patches, and he's trying to hang on, but there's more disruptors coming out. The roaches are going to be sneaking in. The Oracle has come back to try and detect this. The Oracle, the disruptor shot, dodging it. BLY keeping his opponent very busy. Shadown's like, can you get out of my base, please? And he will turn on his laser, turn on the Oracle Revelation, and finally evict these Stalkers from his base. 35 probes versus 33 drones, but you got to remember there's a huge income differential because you got a base, and a base. So lots of minerals versus just one base mining for BLY, and it's only got 4 mineral patches left. He dodges another disruptor shot. He's looking for the most magic biles of all time, but there's a magic ball waiting on the high ground. Okay, he does pull back. He knows not to chase up that ramp. I mean, he's so screwed though. The Stalkers could blink on his face at this point, I think. And they could make an absolute tapestry of blood if they do that. If they can jump on his face, I mean, he's going to rearrange some of the features on BLY's Ravager's faces, that's for sure. BLY's going to have a crooked nose, eye hanging out of its socket, that sort of stuff. It's not going to be pretty. There are more Stalkers than there are Ravagers by more than 2 to 1. That is not the ratio you're looking for as the Zerg player. Zerg units a little bit weaker than the Protoss units. BLY showing how good the Ravagers are on the defense, how good the Tunneling Claws and the Swarmos can be. If they find the right angle and catch their opponent unawares, Roach is going to unburrow in this base, start to once again do that economic damage. He's trying to force Shadown to all in through the Ravager biles, but I think he still can't defend. Even if he forces Shadown all in, look at the way Shadown's dodging the biles as best he can. The disruptor shots are flying. The Roach is here trying to burrow, trying to move in. Roach is unburrowing down there. He's doing such a good job as BLY. He's being such a cheeky dickhead, isn't he? Roach burrows there. These roaches are going to fall though. He tries to burrow them, gets them out before they die. Very nicely done. There's a cannon up there. Still no cannon in this bottom base. The army comes in and Shadown's like, okay, this is it. I'm done. Get out of here, mate. Get out of my game! BLY does finally lose 2 Ravagers. His last mining hatchery goes down. Shadown's going to pull back, let his balls recharge. Remember, guys, always look after your boys. And he does that so well. Finally blinks on top. BLY doesn't even wait for the fight to finish. He knows that he's done. 23 minutes almost fighting back from so far behind. And we are only tied up 1-1. All right, guys, let's go. It's game 3 here. Flip that scoreboard. And BLY is sneaking a drone out. Meanwhile, Shadown going to block the expansion. So Shadown is in the top right. He ties up the series there, but he had to work so bloody hard for that game. Not the way he wanted it to go, dude. We've got the probe there hanging on out. We've got BLY. He's going to be going for a hatchery block, I believe. Now, oh, that's interesting. Shadown leaves the opening on the right side of the wall. That probe's close enough to stop this, though. That's a very late gateway for Shadown. But he gets the hatchery down. Yeah, it's a really late gateway, by the way, guys. I'm surprised. I don't normally see players take their gateway that late. Very odd build order opening for Shadown. I guess he wasn't worried about the 12 pull, so he doesn't really care too much. But now that hatchery blocks him, he's going to pull 4 probes, 5 probes in total. He's also pylon blocking BLY from expanding. So he's saying, well, you mess up my build, I mess up your build. Should cancel this pylon. And does he put on gas or minerals as the focus? It looks like he's not putting on gas at all. Oh, no. Yeah, he was thinking about it, but he changes the rally point back to minerals. And he should be going Cybercore. And yeah, he just wants to clear this. Does he build a Zealot and a second pylon? Or is he just going to rely on the probes? He builds another pylon here. Interesting. BLY's already gone. Did he build an Evo? He accidentally built an Evo instead of a spawning pool. Wow, that's an old mistake. That tells you BLY's using the standard hotkeys, guys. He actually, with his finger, he pressed B and V with the same button, the same finger, and accidentally built a spawning pool, I think, rather than BS. Had to cancel it, built the spawning pool. Hatchery should cancel. Evo trick. Just gonna get the extra little delay in there. He says, yep, keep your probes here for another 10 seconds. Keep wasting your mining time. Cancel. He's gonna cancel it. Oh, he messes up and doesn't cancel, though. So a little nasty there from BLY at the tail end of that. Now, BLY's got this Overlord on the way. I'd like to see him take a third hatchery, but well worth Shadown to let this pylon finish to stop him from taking it here. If he takes a third out there or there, it's very awkward, very uncomfortable. You can see BLY's floating minerals, building 4 Zerglings, 2 queens. Adept is on the way, and you can see only now is that second gas going down. So he's kind of oversaturated, is Shadown. His Nexus is exceptionally late, and actually 8 Zerglings on the way? What is this? What is BLY doing? Is he going to speed? He's going Speedling all in. But he's banking Zerglings so early. He should pull 3 or 4 more drones out of his main to mine to that base to make it look like he's not massing Zerglings nonstop. Meanwhile, these Zerglings should have rallied out that side. He's going to show 6 Lings straight away. Oh, I guess he wants to get the hatchery started. Oh, okay, so this is actually a conscious choice. Yeah, he's like, no, I know I've got to build a bunch of Zerglings just to surround you. Oh, but he didn't quite get around the Adept. Fair enough, 2 Zerglings do run in at the same time. Is he going all in or is he going to go back to droning? That's so many Zerglings. He gets the Adept! Oh my god, a cheeky shade. The attention to detail. People always underestimate cheesy players. But remember, it is a choice to focus on a different area of the game. You've got to respect it. You've got to pay attention to the details. The things that you ignore are the things they take advantage of. There's players who just want to play the game, and there's players who want to play the opponent. BLY is the latter. He wants to play his opponent. Oh, Shadown gets the gateway up just in time. Zerglings will kill that Stalker pretty quickly. The Lings in the main are going to get trapped, though. The Adept cleans that one up. The Stalker gets recalled. Oh, clutch play. He recalls the Stalker while walling off the front. Keeping a ranged unit alive is massive here. He's going to try and kill the Overlord, but he changes his mind, realizes Zerglings are the real threat. That Adept will not get out. Does need another battery behind the wall as well, I would say. BLY is droning up behind this, guys. So BLY actually now finds himself 3 hatcheries, over 30 workers. It's similar economies, but I feel like the tech is so delayed that this should favor BLY. On the other hand, BLY did build like 6 Overlords more than he needed this early because BLY was so focused on the tactics that he overbuilt his Overlords. He's got an Evo, so he's going to play, I think, fast melee up against what appears to be Glaive Adepts into Dark Templar. Very good versus Zergling style of play. Ooh, okay. I'm hoping for BLY's sake that he does build a Rotorn. He sees the Robo go down. Interesting. Lots of Queens building. No injects going down right now, so definitely those attention to detail with the macro we've talked about being a bit of a weak point for BLY, guys. Just not as clean on that as a lot of those like super detail-oriented kind of Rain or Serral level players are, but the tactics are so bloody powerful, man. Okay, the Overlord gets pushed off the pillar there. Definitely should pull that off to the left side, see if he can keep it. But he goes in with the other Overlord. He sees the DT Shrine. Lair starts immediately. He knows he needs Overseers against this. And he's already up at 46 workers. If he can deny the third, that would be great. Depths will shade out here, but one of them will shade into a surround, basically. As Lings kind of split up their targets not very effectively there. So if he can kill the probe, it's okay, but it does barely kill the probe. Not the best trade, though. Definitely didn't focus fire as well as he could have. Warp Prism only now starting. It's ages until this pressure gets across the map. DT Shrine's done. The Prism's just started. It's not timing out offensively. I actually think BLY could get away with going for a lot more drones, and he'd be totally fine. As it is, he's massing Zerglings. He's only on 1 Gas Geyser, so he's playing a super Zergling-focused style. If he can surround these Adepts, that would be huge. He's sending a bunch, 16 Lings to cancel the third. The rest are going to defend with the Queens. Queens need to get up front right here, right now. Adept there. Maybe spotted those Zerglings. I'm not quite sure. The Glaive's not going to commit in just yet. The Prism sees the Lings. Adepts are going to warp in. Does he ignore them and kill the third? Looks like the answer is yes. The Ling's taking a little while to get the surface area. He needs to get this canceled. This is a big commitment for BLY. He does get it, but he loses 8 Zerglings, 9 Zerglings, 10 Zerglings to get it. Loses about 13 Zerglings in total. Not fantastic. Or 15, I should say. 13? 11. I'm not good with numbers, guys. I'm sorry. 11 is the number I'm looking for. He goes back. No. Shadown! Shadown! Oh, don't let this happen. Don't you dare let this get cancelled, mate. That would be a disaster. Okay, the Lings will just grab the probe. They'll try to get the Stalker. They won't be able to with the Dark Templar there. And does manage to hang on. Plenty of defense at home with the Ling Queen here. I think BLY is just a little slow to drone up, though. He's building spine crawlers and stuff. If he went straight roaches, I think he could be way ahead, but he's building 12 workers. So what was that about way ahead, pig? Says BLY as he holds the drone key down. He could definitely get a 4th hatchery up as well. Roach speed is very well timed in comparison to his opponent, who's making what appears to be just a bunch of DTs. The Prism went down. The Prism flew in and died? No way. Sorry, guys. I missed the prism flying in and dying. I will rewind to show you that at the end of this game, whenever that happens. Apparently, he flew his warp prism across the map, and while dealing with the Zerglings, it went in with the Adepts and just got shot down by the Queens. Spire drops. BLY would love a chance to play 4-base, 5-base, mass muta. It's one of his favorite styles. This Observer just out of vision doesn't know about it. Forge is on the way. Blink is on the way. So it's Archons, Disruptors, and Adepts. Disruptors are good versus Roaches. They're not good versus the other stuff. BLY with the double Expo right now. Full mining. Full mining. Full mining. That's right, guys. He is on 3-base. Pretty much fully saturated, just slightly under. He's building a lot of Roachling right now. But I think he should swap to mostly Lings, start banking gas for the Muta swap. That's going to be powerful against the Shadown that just feels so hamstrung from the early game. He's got a pack of Adepts. Archons do great splash damage versus the air. Disruptors will defend the units on the ground. But if he goes mass Muta, I think Shadown's in big trouble. Going up to 6 gateways now is Shadown. Catches an Overlord there. Lots of Roaches coming in. Ling's going to try and drain some of the battery juice, but not really getting too much done. You got to be careful of those Disruptors, remember. Observer does notice the Ling run by on that side. He's going to go in, try and grab a probe or two. Can't go too deep, though. Archons, Disruptors are going to punish you. Oh, the Lings are in. The Lings are in. The Roaches getting out of there. 3 of them do go down, but oh my god, he tries to quick recall, but he's already lost 8 probes. The Lings will go down. The Lings in the main do get defended by a great warp in. 2 Zealots and a Stalker warp in. They do defend right there. Roaches come back in. That Disruptor looks like only killed a single Roach with its shot. These Roaches going to try and get as much damage as they can. Watch out. Here comes the ball. Good spready. Great spready, in fact. The Roaches going in. He hasn't started his Muta production just yet, BLY. He may be going a little bit too deep now, getting a little bit too horny. Usually, nothing wrong with getting a little bit of a stiffy in the middle of a game of ZvP, but you do need to keep your production up behind it. You can see his gas is very low. He hasn't taken gases on his 4th or 5th. These Roaches need to get out of here. He's building lots of Lings. He has not saturated these bases. He does need to try and get those ones going. If he can get the gases up on those bases, that'll be huge. The Roach is going to start vomiting even more of these probes down, but the Stalker warp in deals with it. Shadown drops a 4th base. His +1 weapons will finish. We've already got +2 melee on the way. The drone transfer from the main, this is one of BLY's oldest habits that he has never fixed, is that should always transfer 8:30 to 9 minutes every game. It should be deep muscle memory that you're meant to learn early on in Legacy of the Void. There we go. He's only a minute late this time. He's often 3 or 4 minutes late if the game is messy enough, but he gets it. He fixes it up there. The Roachling, Ravager, Baneling is defending. Where are the Mutas? 12 Mutas are flying in, so he's actually staying on a mostly ground army. I think he could have gone pure Mutaling and just overwhelmed this army and won the game, or committed purely to Mutaling, but because there's Adept Archon, I understand that he's worried. But here we go. The Mutas fly in. No recall available. Oh no, Shadown. Shadown is getting ruined by these Mutas. Already 16 probes down, and he's going to fly into an undefended main base. There is nothing there to defend. Shadown's building 2 Stargates. He realized that this was coming, but he realized it far too late. If his Stalkers were in position, he could have defended 3-base economy. As it is, he's got a 4th on the right that's looking very exposed. Those Mutas, I don't really like the turning to fight with those Mutas, but they've killed 27 workers. Banelings are running in that right side. He wants to do a big Baneling run by. Remember that BLY's economy is not that big, so he really should have built a round of drones behind this, I feel. And the Banelings, great spready on the Banelings, but they're slow Banes, guys. They're not going to get anything done. He doesn't have Bane speed. So I really don't like the Baneling commitment. Right now, BLY is on full micro mode. He really should have a handful of drones that he built and a lot more Roachling. He's throwing units away. He's already done so much damage, but he's not macroing at all behind this. BLY, eject! Please, eject! Eject your queens! Spend your money! Get this gases up, man! BLY's doing so much damage with his Mutas, but is it too much focus and tunnel vision on it? It very well may be. He's got a good army at home, but remember, no Baneling speed, so he's got to stop making Banelings. He's got to focus more on that. If just one round of 15 drones would have put him at such a good work count. As it is, he's got more than enough of a lead. The problem is, if you have an extra economy, you can be even more wasteful, right? You can afford to be a little sloppy. As it is, he's building drones kind of as an afterthought. Has he queued up his injects? It looks like he's now queued up a bunch of injects, so that shouldn't be a worry. His lava count should be plentiful for the next few minutes in this game. Lots of Lings out there. The Muta count is back up to 15, and I think he could just keep massing it. Yes, there's 2 Stargates, but Shadown's so broke, he can't be building Phoenix if it ends up being a ground swap. DTs, though, oh, DTs are the predator of the cheesy Zerg. I know this as a Zerg that can play quite cheesy. They'd never want to build Spore Crawlers for safety. And yet he's building Spores. And yet he's building Spores. Or did he move them? He's building a Spore at each base. Very clever. BLY, the cheesy Zerg that often wants to skip on the static D and the spores in the late game, often gets caught out by this, but BLY not to suffer that defeat. He does take out a Stalker there, gets most of those mutas out. I think he only lost one there. The cannon and the Stalker. Slow Banelings again! Oh no! This is such an awkward fight for BLY, but he's going to take out the battery at least. He does get in on top of the Stalkers with some of those. He's doing a bit of a spread. He's trying to do the damage he can. The DT on that base will go down to the Queens now as the Spore finishes just in time. Lings are in. The mutas go back in along with these Zerglings onto these Stalkers. I mean, they're going to trade. I think he's going to overwhelm though. The Lings are inside. DT's defending the main base. The mutas flying around. He's got more Lings on the right. They're going to find a very barely defended base there. And these mutas are they're just going walkabout, man. They go wherever they want. Up, down, left, right, center. There's too many targets. Shadown unable to hang on, and BLY there with, I told you guys he likes to play Mutalisks, and he finds his way to do it at such a sneaky timing. Bloody well played.